schools are opening for 9th class or not?
बेटा आपके शायद कल अरविंदा मैम ने भी ग्रुप में मैसेज किया था. As for now, there is no information. I'll just tell you honestly. See, this is the information that I have. Class 10th and 12th are already being called to school from Monday onwards. उनको already हमने inform कर दिया है. We are asking. We've already asked for the consent of the parents.
It is compulsory.
For 10th standard and 12th standard, yes. As for now, yes. For I have the information only for 10th and 12th. And regarding the other classes, yesterday the news was there about reopening the schools by government from 6th to 8th, 5th to 8th, I guess. So for the junior classes,
Yes, 5th to 8th.
if you are aware, government schools में तो already students जा रहे थे, 9th to 12th के students already जा रहे थे.
Yes, ma'am.
Private schools में बेटा जो public schools है वहाँ पे I think mostly online classes were being. The students could go to the school in case they had any doubt with the consent of their parents. But right now, what the decision had been made, like this decision was made 2 days back, that the students of 10th and 12th will be called to school from Monday onwards. So we have passed this information to them already with the consent of the parents. But for other classes, other than 10th and 12th, as such, there is no information, although the government has now given the permission to open the schools for the remaining classes as well. But right now, आपके स्कूल की तरफ से अभी इस तरह का कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन या मैसेज नहीं आया. They will probably plan and then call you to school, right? So once it's done, in case you will be called to school, you will be informed beforehand. So you don't have to worry कि आपको एक दिन पहले बोलेंगे कि कल से स्कूल आना है. You will be informed. Don't worry. Your class teacher will pass that information to you. Even the students of 7th standard were asking the same thing. I know the news is being circulated, वो screenshot सारे share कर रहे हैं. Government schools में तो उनको message चला गया था कि the students can now come to school from. Yesterday the message was there that they could come from today onwards. So probably the students would be going with the permission of their parents. But for your classes in your school, unless the school plans something, and then you will be informed to come to school. What do you want? You want to come to school?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. Let's get back to the work we were doing. Exercise 11.1, construction of angles. We have done till question number 4, second part. I had discussed the third part with you. If anyone has still not done the construction of these angles, please do it. You might need it in the next exercise, or as such a question could be asked. Let's just do question number 4, third part. To construct an angle of 135 degrees, there are 2 ways to do it. You can either bisect the angle between 120 and 150, or you can bisect the angle between 90 and 180. The second one appears to be simpler than the first one, comparatively simpler. So let's go with the second way. We will be constructing, first of all, 60, 120, 180. Normally हम 60, 120 के बाद 90 बना लेते हैं ना. So 60, 120 and 180, because we will need 180. Then you will bisect the angle between 60 and 120 to obtain 90. And then we will be using 90 and 180 to construct 135 degrees. What was the strength in your class in other lectures? I think English में तो strength आपकी थी अच्छी. It's only 40 students. 10 absent. I'm starting with the ray OA. I'll use point O as the vertex. Suitable radius. The point which you have assumed as your vertex, from there, draw a semicircle. The point where the semicircle touches your ray or the line segment will be your point indicating 0 degrees. From the point indicating 0 degrees, go for 60. Then from the point which indicates 60, we will obtain 120. Further, from the point which indicates 120, we will obtain 180 degrees. If you want, you can write this down for yourself. Now, I would like to go back to the points 60 and 120 in order to obtain the angle of 90 degrees. Verify that the angle you have constructed is 90 degrees. And as you can see, we have 120 precisely 120, 180 as precisely 180. We can now proceed further. We will be using the points indicating 90 and 180. If you want, you can write down for yourself. Points indicating 90 and 180 will be used for bisecting the angle between them. Again, using the compass, same radius. I'm placing the compass at the point indicating 180 degrees. Draw an arc. This is from 180 degrees and then from 90 degrees. Use the point on the semicircle which indicates 90 degrees, not the point of intersection of the arcs. Then join the point of intersection to the vertex. The point of intersection obtained from 90 and 180, that point of intersection has been joined to the vertex and I've extended it. This angle should be 135 degrees. Let's use the protractor and measure it. So as you can see, this is exactly 135 degrees between 130 and 140. I hope you're all aware which scale is to be used for measuring the angle. If you're using your protractor to verify the angle, you will be reading the inner scale. In this case, the base matches with the base of the protractor, which indicates 0 on the protractor in the inner scale. So from the inner scale, you start measuring from 0 and then read the values going up to 130. 135, you have your angle here and you can write down. Let me know if it is done, then we shall start with the next question. Anyone who is constructing 135, should I wait?
No, ma'am.
All right, question number 5th. Let's take a look. Question number 5th of the exercise is a very simple question. You have to construct an equilateral triangle given its side. So अगर आपको equilateral triangle construct करना है, आपको उसकी side दी हुई है. Right now they have not given the measure of the side. उन्होंने length नहीं दी हुई. So you could take any length. You could even construct an equilateral triangle without knowing what the length of the side is. If you are just given a line segment, अगर आपको simply एक line segment दे दिया जाए that this line segment is actually side of the equilateral triangle and now you want to complete that equilateral triangle, you can do it without knowing what's the length, just with the help of a pair of compasses. And then you have to justify justification. I told you, like, I'll be taking a separate class for that. We will be just going over how the angles or the triangles we are constructing here actually are the ones needed in the question. So right now we will be focusing on how to construct an equilateral triangle. So I want you to just start with a line segment. You can draw a line segment of a length known to you. आप ruler से draw करोगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा. Otherwise, you could just simply draw a line segment without even measuring its length anywhere. So I'll just draw. Name it as per your choice. Let's name it AB. I want to draw a triangle with the length of the sides equal to AB here. So using your compass, the radius of the compass should be equal to the length of the line segment. And fix your radius. You want to open your compass equal to the length of this line segment that you have, whether or not you are aware of its length. आपको चाहे पता है चाहे नहीं पता, आपने इतनी compass open करनी है. You will draw two arcs, one with A as center and the other one with B as center. So I am taking A as center and then drawing an arc here. And then with the same radius, B as center, I would draw another arc. So you obtain the point of intersection of the two arcs. That will be the third vertex of the triangle. Let's name it as C. Now you can just use your ruler and pencil and join the vertices A and C, B and C. And this triangle will be an equilateral triangle. You can verify if you want, the length of AC and BC must be equal to AB. You could draw 60-degree angles also, but that will be a little tedious. You can simply see when you do this, जब हम इस तरह से draw करते हैं, basically what happens is this would be simply, a kind of justification here. जब हम arcs draw करते हैं with a certain point. Right now, if I go back to the ruler, measuring the side, this. So as you can see here, if you just observe, जो मैंने side beginning में ली थी AB, this side is 5 centimeters, right? This side is 5 centimeters. जब मैंने point A से arc draw की थी, I am actually trying to draw a circle with A as center and radius equal to AB. ये circle draw किया है मैंने. If I just look at this circle right here, जो मैंने point A से draw किया है, AB is the radius of this circle, AC is also the radius of this circle. Same circle के radius हैं तो ये दोनों equal होंगे. So I know for sure that AB and AC are equal without worrying about कि इन दोनों के बीच में यहाँ पे जो angle बन रहा है वो कितने degrees का बन रहा है. Just because these two line segments are the radii of the same circle, these two are equal. And then the second time I have drawn a circle was with center B. मैंने second time जो circle draw किया, I have only drawn an arc. Arc is a portion of circle. तो जब मैंने second time circle draw किया, मैंने फिर अपनी compass इतनी open की थी, AB जितनी, but this time जो center था वो था point B. And when you draw this arc, there is another circle, and for this circle the center is B, radius again AB and BC. This is radius and this is radius. So what you see here is जो तीन line segments यहाँ पे आपको नजर आ रही हैं, तीनों के तीनों line segments आपस में equal हैं, and that is what the definition of an equilateral triangle is. That equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all three sides are of the same length. And how the length of these three sides is same, because AB, AC are the radius of, are the radii. AB and AC are the radii of the circle whose center is A. BA and BC are the radii of circle whose center is B. And when you compare or combine the two relations, what you obtain is AB, BC, CA, all are equal, which is the definition of equilateral triangle. इसकी justification भी यही है actual में. that AB and AC are equal. These are the radii of same circle. And similarly, BA and BC are equal. These are the radii of same circle. And when you combine the two, you get all three lines equal, line segments equal. And that's why the triangle is equilateral. And afterwards, when you measure each of its angle, you come to know that each angle measures 60 degrees. वो फर्दर एक इन्फ्रेंस है, हम जब कंस्ट्रक्शन करते हैं तो हमें पता चलता है कि इसका हर एंगल 60 डिग्रीज बनता है. आपने प्रूव किया हुआ है ये चैप्टर नंबर 7 में ट्रायंगल्स में, हाउ द एंगल ऑफ इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल आर 60 डिग्री ईच. I hope that helps you understand. If you have questions, do let me know. But you will be simply doing this. आपको जो नीचे लाइन सेगमेंट दिया हुआ है, कंपास उतनी ओपन करो, एक बार एक एंड से आर्क ड्रॉ करनी है, एक एंड पॉइंट से, एंड सेकेंड टाइम विद द सेम रेडियस दूसरे एंड पॉइंट से आर्क ड्रॉ करनी है. The two arcs will intersect at a point. That point will be the third vertex. You will then join that third vertex to the two vertices you already have, and you will obtain the equilateral triangle you want. The next exercise is based on construction of triangles. Although you have done construction of triangles in 7th standard, if I am right, 6th standard you were introduced to the concept of construction. आप बिल्कुल basics उसमें करते हो, how to draw a line segment, how to copy a line segment, how to draw an angle, how to copy an angle, how to bisect an angle, how to bisect a line segment, or how to construct the perpendicular bisector of a line segment, to be precise. To draw an angle with the help of a protractor, or to construct an angle, the ones whose measure is a multiple of 15 degrees, with the help of a pair of compasses, and then you can verify afterwards. So there were various things you did, and then you extend that knowledge to construction of triangles in 7th standard, and then you do the same in 8th standard, and you learn how to construct quadrilaterals with the same knowledge you already had. आपको line segment कैसे draw करना है, angles कैसे construct करने हैं, given on the set of values provided to you. Now you have construction of triangles, but this time you are not given the sides individually or the angles individually. There is a restriction here. So you will see the types that we have. Although there were 3 types of constructions earlier, right now you have only 2. So 2 types of construction of triangles are there, other than the ones we did in the previous exercise. Wo construction of angles thi with the help of a pair of compasses. Construction of angles, first one is when you are given base of the triangle. So this is the one that you have. You can just write down, this is type 1. Construction of triangles, type 1. You will be asked to construct a triangle, and what will you be given is the base of the triangle. आपको base दिया होगा, base angle दिया होगा. Since the base of the triangle is one of the sides, उसके 2 end points होंगे. So एक end point वाला angle आपको दिया होगा, base की length दी होगी, उस side के एक end point पे बनने वाला angle आपको दिया होगा. Third thing you will be given is the sum of the other 2 sides. So if you look at first question of the exercise, you will know what I'm talking about here. Let's just take a look here. You can draw a rough sketch if you want to see what this is. So you have to construct a triangle ABC. So roughly, if I just draw, let's say this is triangle ABC. I have deliberately taken BC on the bottom because I have been given the length of BC. This is the base. So base of the triangle is BC, which is given to me as 7 centimeters. This is the first thing you will be given. अब BC के 2 ends हैं, end points हैं, B and C. You will be given either of the 2 angles. या B पे angle बनेगा या C पे angle बनेगा. And be very careful. Be very careful because it will depend. The next steps will depend on the vertex for which you are given the measure of the angle. B पे दिया है तो हम accordingly proceed करेंगे. C पे दिया है तो हम accordingly proceed करेंगे. Right now you have been given the base angle B as 75 degrees. This is the second thing you will be given. Along with it, you will be given sum of the other 2 sides. जो बाकी 2 sides बच गई, उनका sum दिया होगा. Individually उनकी length नहीं दी होगी. तो बाकी दोनों साइड्स हैं AB और AC, इनका सम आपको दिया हुआ है 13 centimeters. Now there will be some values or measures which cannot be directly done with the help of pair of compasses. For example, अगर आपको cut off करनी है 13 centimeters, you might not be able to open your compass equal to 13 centimeters. नहीं possible. So what you can do is you can do it in parts. Half open कर लो 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. So twice arc लग जाएगी. This is also you've done in 6th standard where you construct a line segment double the length of the one given to you. So 6.5 compass open करके आप एक बार arc लगाओगे, फिर जो आपको point मिलता है उससे आप further 6.5 arc लगा दोगे, तो total length 13 बन जाएगी. This is one way of doing it, because you might need to do this in last question where the sum of sides is 18 centimeters. So this is what's given to you. This is type 1. Base is given, base angle is given, sum of the other two sides is given. Then you have type 2 where you are given base, base angle again, but instead of sum of the other two sides, you are given difference of the other two sides. As you can see, comparing question number 1 with question number 2 and question number 3. क्वेश्चन 2-3 में यहाँ पे आपको डिफरेंस दिया हुआ है, बट डिफरेंस के अंडर हमारे पास 2 सब टाइप्स बनती हैं, वो हम बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. राइट नाउ लेट्स जस्ट फोकस ऑन दिस, हाउ टू डू दिस. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस वन. यू कैन ड्रॉ अ रफ स्केच इफ यू वांट quickly and then write down what are the measures for this. You want the base to be 7 centimeters. The angle at B will be equal to 75 degrees. If you want, you can note this down. This is type 1. Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to start from a new page. Start in the center of the page. If you are using a notebook, please start from the bottom of the page. Register के center से begin करोगे, it's completely fine. But once you do the constructions, you will know कितनी space आपको चाहिए, and then you can proceed with the constructions. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start with my line segment BC, the base of the triangle. So I'm just going to the bottom here. Just a minute. I want the base to be 7 centimeters. The next step will be to construct the base angle at B 75 degrees. We shall be doing it with the help of compasses. We have already done this in the previous exercise. Choose a suitable radius and quickly construct an angle of 75 degrees. So 75 degrees will be obtained after obtaining 90. So I'm working on angle measuring 90 degrees. And again, before proceeding, I would like to just verify that the angle that I have here is 90 degrees. Yes, it's 90. I can proceed. Using the points of 90 and 60, bisect the angle between them. Join the vertex with the point of intersection. Name the ray as BX and the angle obtained here is 75 degrees. Angle CBX. This is equal to 75 degrees. Let me know if you've done till here.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have used the two set of values given to us from the given question. We have used the base as 7. We have constructed the base angle. The second thing we want to use is the sum of the other two sides. So right now we are going to use that sum of the other two sides and cut off the length given to us. That sum जो आपको बाकी दोनों sides की lengths का sum दिया है, उतनी length आपको cut off करनी है along this arm that you have here. So we will be cutting off 13 centimeters, a line segment of length 13 centimeters along BX. And if you can possibly open your compass of radius 13 centimeters. If you cannot, then open your compass of radius 6.5 and we will draw the arcs twice from B. B will be your center. We will draw an arc of 6.5, then further an arc of 6.5 in order to obtain a total length of 13 centimeters. B will be the center along the arm. This is 6.5. Further from this point, you want to go. Now, this one's not visible here. So this is point D here and BD is equal to 13 centimeter. We had these steps, BC as 7 centimeters, angle CBX equals to 75 degrees. And then we have cut off BD equal to 13 centimeters, and this has been done along the arm that you had obtained. The next step will be to join this point D with point C. Use your ruler and your pencil. Draw a line segment joining point D with point C. The next step will be to construct the perpendicular bisector of CD. Join CD, then perpendicular bisector of CD is to be constructed. So please focus on CD. I hope you all remember how we construct the perpendicular bisector of a line segment. We want to open our compass more than half. So approximately identify where the half of CD would be. Open your compass more than half. Fix that radius. Draw arcs on either sides of CD. CD के दोनों तरफ arcs लगेंगी. Once from C and then from D. So taking C as center, radius more than half of CD, I've drawn an arc on one side, and then I want to draw the arc from C as center on the other side. This one is from C. Then I would like to go to D and take D as center. Join these points of intersection, obtain the perpendicular bisector. Now there is one thing we want to be careful about. The lines, the perpendicular bisector is being constructed for CD. हम CD का perpendicular bisector construct कर रहे हैं. CD is the one which is in red. I would like to find out where that perpendicular bisector for this red line segment. Draw मैं red के लिए कर रही हूँ, but मुझे required है the intersection of that perpendicular bisector with the arm of the angle. जो angle की arm थी वो blue वाली है. Keep that in mind. So I'm just going to join these points. So this is actually the perpendicular bisector. यहाँ तक. ये perpendicular bisector. I'm just going to extend it because I want this perpendicular bisector to meet the arm of the angle. So you will have an angle of 90 degrees here. This is the perpendicular and it has bisected CD. The two parts would be equal. If you want, you can verify before you proceed. Use your ruler to see that these two parts are equal. You can name this line segment the perpendicular bisector if you want. Let's name this as PQ. So the perpendicular bisector of CD is PQ. I want to find out where this perpendicular bisector intersects the arm of the angle. So I am concerned with point this one. So be very careful to identify this point. This point will be your third vertex. This point right here will be your third vertex. The two vertices I already have are B and C. So this point here is point A, the third vertex. I would like to join this point and complete my triangle. So A and B are already joined. I would like to join A with C with the help of a ruler and pencil in order to complete my triangle. So this triangle is the required triangle. I want you to measure the lengths of AB and AC and check if their sum is 13 or not. This is verification. You will find out or just measure line segments AB and AC with ruler and check the sum must be equal to 13 centimeters.
Ma'am, 5.4 and 7.6.
Right.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, A point should be on line only.
It will be on the arm. It will be on the arm. जब आपने perpendicular bisector draw किया है ना,